that in a second. That was one hell of a title match. And you, sir, are one hell of a wrestler. But then again, so am I. So I want to take this opportunity, put my name in the hat, and say I want to be the next guy that takes you on for that belt. Now I don't care if it's in London, England. I don't care if it's in Tokyo, Japan. I don't care if it's right here tonight in New York City. I want a shot at that belt.
Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. Somebody is back in the house after a 5-month absence.
Former world champion Bryan Danielson is back from a 5-month absence.
That you want a shot at that Ring of Honor World Championship. Well, let me tell you something. I held that belt for over 15 months. And for 15 months, I was the best wrestler in the world. Now, look at the wrestlers I took out. Storm, out! Samoa Joe, out! Homicide, out! Nigel McGuinness, out! So if anybody is getting a world title shot tonight, it's the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson!
Now I'm going to have to disagree with you on that point, and I'm going to tell you one thing for free. You keep pushing that finger at me, I'm going to break it off and shove it down your throat.
Okay.
Just try me. Do it again, just try me.
Hey, this isn't the time for fighting. This isn't the time for fighting, man. Maybe later tonight.
Look at Danielson cowering in the corner. Oh, Danielson cheap shots McGuinness. Same page, and they certainly are. Both Morishima and Danielson working over McGuinness, but look at Dragon. He's got the championship belt, the belt he held for 15 months. A belt that belongs to Takeshi Morishima right now.
This is my belt.
Well, Morishima obviously does not appreciate Danielson grabbing his title belt. Watch out for Nigel!
Let's do it!
wrestler in the world, American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. His partner from Tokyo, Japan, weighing 149 kilos, he is the Ring of Honor World Champion, Morishima Takeshi.
It's main event time here in New York City as KENTA teams with Nigel McGuinness to take on former world champion American Dragon Bryan Danielson and the current world champion Takeshi Morishima.
As we start this main event here tonight, I've just been handed a note, Dave, by Artie, our producer. It seems that after the incident earlier this evening, Mark Briscoe has suffered a major concussion. He has been taken to a New York City area hospital for further evaluation. If we hear anything further on the condition of Mark before we go off the air tonight, we'll be sure to pass it on.
We haven't seen the last of that issue between Cena and Generico and the Briscoes, but right now it's KENTA and Bryan Danielson jockeying for position with this Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
Both these athletes very evenly matched physically, but right now it's the leverage advantage by KENTA, trying to force the shoulders of Danielson to the canvas. But look at the strength of Danielson, still holding the bridge while supporting the weight of KENTA on top of his thighs, unable to get his shoulders to the canvas, and now it's Danielson using a monkey flip and takes KENTA off his feet.
Launching him overhead. These two men have been their toughest opponent in ROH competition. Bryan Danielson is the only man to defeat KENTA thus far in ROH since KENTA's arrival last year. They had a very memorable singles contest right here in Manhattan at Glory by Honor 5, Night 2.
A tremendous matchup, certainly worth going out of your way to see. And right now it's KENTA again taking command, driving the boot to the midsection. All of his momentum coming off the ropes, drove the foot to the stomach of Bryan Danielson and takes the former champ off his feet. And Danielson looks a little bit frustrated.
And Danielson making the tag to the world champion. Takeshi Morishima steps through the ropes and he wants Nigel McGuinness.
KENTA looking at his partner, makes the tag. McGuinness said earlier tonight he's throwing his hat in the ring. He wants the world champ. He wants a title match. It's not going to be tonight, but it is going to be soon. He is hot on the trail of Takeshi Morishima.
We saw what Morishima brings to the table in that matchup to start off tonight's event against BJ Whitmer. He hits very hard. He dumps people on their heads.
Crowd very evenly split for their support of both these athletes. Again, McGuinness with a head of steam, but he bounces right off the big world champ.
Unable to take Morishima off his feet, it was Nigel McGuinness that came the closest out of anyone in defeating Morishima during the month of April at Fighting Spirit in Edison, New Jersey. Let's see what he can do here in this tag team format.
Absolutely brutal matchup between these two athletes, and this situation between Nigel McGuinness looking for the world title is far from over. Danielson from behind rolls him up. Smartly though, McGuinness rolls to his stomach to avoid the pinning combination. What a rivalry these two have had as well.
Yeah, they had 4 great singles matches last year, including the title unification, the world title, and the Pure Wrestling Championship at Unified in Liverpool, England. Between these two men as Nigel reaches the ropes and Danielson must break the hold. They also wrestled to a 2 out of 3 falls, 1-hour draw at the Epic Encounter 2 in St. Paul, Minnesota as well. These two very skilled scientific wrestlers, and of course McGuinness has that British style as part of his repertoire.
Yeah, the scientific style, the trademark of the Pure title, a belt that Nigel McGuinness held for over a year before losing it to Bryan Danielson in that epic matchup in Liverpool.
And of course Bryan Danielson is returning from shoulder injury suffered during his 15-month world title reign, where he proved that he really was the best wrestler in the world, as he loves to proclaim.
European uppercut, though, from McGuinness, rocks the former champ, sends him to the canvas. McGuinness staying right on top of him, though, elevates him up onto the top turnbuckle. Todd Sinclair right there trying to get these two to break. McGuinness unable to execute any further maneuver as Danielson able to fight him off momentarily as the world champ makes his presence known. Distracting McGuinness just long enough for the best wrestler in the world right there to come off the top.
The European uppercut just diving off the ropes. Danielson very proud of himself, but a headbutt from McGuinness takes Danielson off his feet, and Morishima from behind clubbing away on Nigel McGuinness, but in comes Kenta with a big boot, duck of the clothesline, Kenta off the ropes, and it takes Morishima off his feet. Dragon screw leg whip from Danielson, all four men at a stalemate.
Listen to this crowd here in Manhattan as Todd Sinclair trying to restore a little bit of order here. Kenta coming to the aid of Nigel McGuinness, giving up a lot of size to Morishima, but not a lot of heart. He will refuse to back down from a man the size of Morishima.
Senior official Todd Sinclair saying one man in, one man out on the apron. This is a tag team matchup. Only two wrestlers in the ring at a time. And we've got Danielson and McGuinness once again, collar and elbow inside the ring.
Danielson forces McGuinness into his own corner, tagging in the champ. Right hand to the midsection by Morishima. Brings him to the center and fires him off the ropes. Hip attack right to the chest, elevating the 290 pounds of the champ right into the midsection of Nigel McGuinness.
We got a good look at Kenta, Morishima's top rival in Japan. Just putting the boots to Nigel in the corner and standing on the throat, making it very, very difficult for McGuinness to breathe from this position.
And to carry all the way to the champ on his throat as Bryan Danielson tags back in, and one more time now on the weight of Bryan Danielson on the back of Morishima as well, right on the throat of McGuinness. Todd Sinclair counting
and reminding the referee he has until 5 to do damage, taking full advantage of the referee's count. The ROH World title has a rich history as it has been defended from England to Japan, Canada to Mexico, and has been held by the likes of CM Punk, Homicide, Austin Aries, and of course there was the famous 21-month reign by Samoa Joe as ROH World Champion.
You talk about CM Punk, a guy who is not without his bit of controversy around the ROH World titles. We see a cover by Danielson, only a near fall there as McGuinness able to get the shoulder up, but no controversy about Samoa Joe, the man who really elevated this title to world title status with that legendary 21-month reign. Joe really is the Babe Ruth of Ring of Honor.
Without a doubt, he is the ROH legend, and you can check out all of the title defenses throughout the history of the ROH World title at ROHWrestling.com. As right now, Bryan Danielson trying to cut off the oxygen of McGuinness, with the stretch plum choke variation from this position, and rolls all the way back with it. Todd Sinclair asking McGuinness if he's had enough. Danielson trying to make him pass out in the center of the ring or just give it up.
Yeah, by going to the seated position here, he gets an awful lot more leverage to the hold. Smartly though, McGuinness rolling him onto his shoulders, using his body weight to get a 2 count.
And Danielson quickly back to his feet. Danielson likes to put the cattle mutilation to use, where he hooks both of his opponent's arms, bridges forward, a lot of pressure on the shoulders, forcing submissions in the ring. As right now Morishima gets great momentum off the ropes and just drives with his posterior region right into Nigel McGuinness, leveling him in the center of the ring. And now using the ropes for some extra leverage and standing on the midsection of McGuinness. Morishima certainly knows how to use his size to his advantage. That's why he's the ROH World Champion.
Nigel McGuinness struggling to catch his breath there. All the weight of Morishima driving the air out of the chest cavity of McGuinness.
Takeshi Morishima won the ROH World title from Homicide on February 17th in Philadelphia as part of the 5th Year Festival.
5th Year Festival, a big series of shows to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Ring of Honor.
And right now Danielson was choking away on McGuinness in the corner as Nigel needs to fight his way out of this corner, work his way across the ring, and get Kenta tagged legally into the matchup.
Morishima effectively taking taking Todd Sinclair momentarily out of the situation, allowing Danielson to attack McGuinness from the outside, doing more damage. Dropping down to the floor, and now it's a variation of the camel clutch here from Morishima, really wrenching back on the chin. Tremendous damage again done to the back of Nigel McGuinness.
Morishima putting all this body weight into the back of McGuinness while pulling back on the chin lock. You know, Morishima did defend the ROH World title in Japan against KENTA. World title matchup in front of over 13,500 fans in Budokan Hall in Tokyo.
Budokan Hall, basically the Madison Square Garden of Tokyo. The main event on that show, the ROH title, really is truly a world title.
And Danielson just standing on the back of the knees and driving the knees of McGuinness into the canvas. McGuinness feeling the effects. Danielson looks to be just toying with him at this point, kicking away at the head, but McGuinness firing back.
Hard kick to the side of the face from Danielson, and McGuinness still fires himself up, but gets caught one more time by Danielson as he drives the boot again to the side of the face, but McGuinness refusing to stay down.
Danielson with McGuinness. Irish whip, into the buckle he goes. The American Dragon comes charging across the ring. Kick to the back and driving down across the chest. In comes Morishima. Rebound, duck at the clothesline, and a lariat from McGuinness.
Morishima able to avoid the jawbreaker, but gets caught with the second one on the way back. Nigel needs to make the tag, and he does to KENTA.
KENTA, the legal man.
Peppering Bryan Danielson with kicks, sends him to the ropes. Big boot connects.
Takes Danielson off his feet. KENTA's all fired up. He's been waiting quite a while to get back into the ring. Springboard missile drop kick.
Right on the chest, cover.
Only gets two.
KENTA quickly back to his feet, goes behind, looking for the belly to back, but Danielson lands on his feet. Forearm shots to the side of the head. Drops down, Danielson up and over.
Nice drop kick right there from KENTA, quickly into the cover, but Danielson able to kick out. KENTA known to put the go-to-sleep to use, a fireman's carry into a knee strike. And he also likes to utilize the Busaiku knee strike. Great momentum off the ropes and drives the knee into his opponent.
Oh, he staggered him with that open hand palm shot. He sent Danielson to the corner. Running boot right to the side of the face.
And has Danielson slumped in the corner.
Danielson didn't look like he knew where he was for a second there, but able to gather his composure, runs up the ropes, and catches him with a backbreaker.
Right over the knee, and Danielson crawling toward his corner and tags Morishima back in. Morishima now with KENTA. Back into the corner, shoots him across the ring. Great agility shown by Morishima.
I don't think I've ever seen a man the size of Morishima move that quickly, and now he's going all the way up to the top. Look at the agility of the world champ. Missile drop kick off the top.
A man of that size soaring through the air and connecting with the chest of KENTA sent him all the way across the ring into the opposite corner. This is why Morishima is such a dominant world champion. Looking for the backdrop driver. KENTA blocks.
Able to use the elbows, but he gets caught with a side slam.
Driving KENTA right into the mat. We saw Morishima dump BJ Whitmer right on his head with the backdrop driver. He'll be looking to hit that maneuver to earn the victory in this matchup as well. Big boot from KENTA. Morishima off the ropes. Oh, power slam!
What strength taking the big man off his feet. Does not go for the cover, instead makes the tag to Nigel McGuinness.
The fresh McGuinness tagged into the matchup. And now European uppercut, shot to the throat. More European uppercuts and thrust to the throat from McGuinness. Has the champion backed into the corner.
Well, you can see that power slam took its toll on KENTA delivering it. He had to go out to the floor to catch his breath. Had a sting from McGuinness, European uppercut. What impact in the corner.
Trying to elevate Morishima up to the top rope to go for the Tower of London. His opponent on the top rope and then driven face first into the canvas.
Short arm lariat, but Morishima able to get out of the way. Once again looking for the backdrop driver, but McGuinness fights him off. Big boot.
McGuinness on his back as Morishima stands tall. Contemplating his next move, he's going to take another risk. He's going to climb up top once again. McGuinness trying to come to his senses. Back to his feet inside the ring. Morishima flies. Another missile drop kick, but Nigel back to his feet. Big lariat cover. Only two. Morishima gets the shoulder up.
absorbed that drop kick and was still able to bounce right back up.
Even though he was able to absorb that missile drop kick, the fighting spirit in McGuinness, he still had enough in his tank to dish out that lariat and stay in this contest.
Reversal by Morishima. McGuinness hits the buckle. One more time, going for that cartwheel into the corner. Gets caught with a lariat. Cover!
Only two. Morishima able to get his shoulder up off the canvas, and you can see a little bit of frustration setting in with McGuinness.
Both Nigel and KENTA realize if they can pin Morishima in this matchup, they will be in line for a world title shot down the line.
All four of these men want to wear the ROH world title with pride. And right now that man is Morishima, as Danielson kicked to the floor by KENTA. Those two battle out on the floor. Meanwhile, McGuinness and Morishima on the turnbuckles in the corner.
KENTA hits the guardrail, courtesy of Bryan Danielson. Sunset flip by McGuinness, but Danielson hanging on to Morishima. He can't get him off his feet.
All of the way to Morishima, down across the chest of McGuinness. But give the assist to Bryan Danielson.
Well, that kind of weight coming down across your chest could break a rib.
It could crush his sternum. Danielson this time set into the steel barricade, courtesy of KENTA on the floor.
Morishima now just waiting in the center of the ring, looking to pounce on McGuinness, who's having trouble getting to his feet. Kick sends McGuinness to the ropes. Jawbreaker lariat blocked. Big drop driver.
Right on his neck. That could be it right there. Two. KENTA makes the save, diving in at the last split second, but just gets pitched to the floor by the world champion.
Morishima looking to turn his attention back to McGuinness one more time, and again the big man looking to take a chance. Going to the outside, but it's KENTA on the apron grabbing on the leg.
Now McGuinness placing Morishima up top, looking for the Tower of London. He hits it! Tower of London, but too worn down to go for the immediate cover here.
Nigel trying to get his bearings and see where he is. Still struggling on his back to even get to his feet.
Senior official Todd Sinclair administering the double count on both athletes. KENTA and Danielson waiting on the apron for their partner to make the tag.
Yeah, both Nigel and Morishima need to make the tag here. Need to get the fresh man in. McGuinness to his feet first, makes the tag, but Morishima tags in Danielson.
Big boot from KENTA. Forearm shot, forearm exchange. Back and forth. Headbutt from Danielson off the ropes. Boot from KENTA.
He caught Danielson right in the throat there. Sets him across the ropes. What impact on those kicks?
KENTA all the way to the top. Flying knee strike.
Right on the back of the neck. Cover. 1, 2. Danielson gets the shoulder up.
Everyone wants to come out the winner of the main event of the first ROH pay-per-view. And KENTA now with a combination, setting up for the go to sleep. But a forearm from Danielson. Dragon suplex.
1, 2.
Only two. Looking for cattle mutilation. Can he hook the arms? No. He's going for the cross-face chicken wing.
He won the world title with this maneuver here.
He's got it cinched in. Cross-face chicken wing in the center of the ring. Will KENTA give it up?
There is nowhere for KENTA to go. He is right in the center of the ring. You see him trying to pull the legs from around the midsection and alleviate some of the pressure of the hold. Able to get to his knee, but Danielson relentless, refusing to let go.
KENTA using the turnbuckles, trying to break free, but Danielson.
Danielson's shoulders were down. He almost got pinned himself there. It only takes 3 seconds to come out the victor, and he was just that close. Danielson now kicking away at KENTA.
Looking to place KENTA up top. Danielson known for the belly-to-back superplex. That could be what he's looking to go for right here, as he has KENTA in a bad position, all the way on the top turnbuckle, and Danielson climbs up himself. But right there is McGuinness. He's got Danielson. Powerbomb.
Morishima in, KENTA off the top, but he's caught and dumped.
Suplex from Morishima as McGuinness places Danielson on the top rope. McGuinness now.
Big impact on the lariat. He turned him inside out.
Morishima now with McGuinness set to the floor.
Danielson down, KENTA down, McGuinness McGuinness on the floor, and Morishima going to work on McGuinness.
Morishima sends McGuinness back inside. No, rebound, and another lariat on the floor.
Nigel is trying to pummel Morishima with lariat after lariat, and he sent the champ to the floor.
He's trying to chop the big man down with all these lariats, and now dumping the world champion over the barricade and into the front row. McGuinness now back inside the ring, and he's climbing up top, gonna take a huge chance.
McGuinness wipes out Morishima. But suffers some damage himself. It looked like his elbow came down across that chair as he made his way to the floor. Snap suplex by Danielson on KENTA.
Danielson in control inside the ring. McGuinness rolling back in himself. Danielson in a standing position. And the rivalry is back on once again between McGuinness and Danielson, face to face here in New York City. Look at the intensity between these two men as they exchange European uppercuts. Back and forth they go, neither man going down. Danielson blocks. Lariat blocked. And he's going to work on that injured arm.
He just kicked away at the elbow of McGuinness. Nigel immediately going out to the floor. The boot of Bryan Danielson connecting right on the elbow capsule of Nigel McGuinness. I don't know if he dislocated his elbow or what, but McGuinness immediately went out to the floor.
The dragon up top, he flies, going for the diving headbutt, but KENTA saw it coming and got the boot up. KENTA now with Danielson, combination, kick to the side of the head, off the ropes, Busaiku knee, cover! 1, 2, only 2!
Danielson quickly able to get the shoulder up.
Looking for the go to sleep.
The original go to sleep. Morishima breaks it up.
The fireman's carrying to the knee strike, but Morishima right there to save his partner. Uranagi suplex. And Nigel McGuinness, he's taping up that elbow. Diving headbutt from Danielson connects on KENTA.
Obviously, McGuinness looking to do whatever he can to get back in the matchup. He's got the trainers out there taping him up.
KENTA able to kick out. Yeah, McGuinness refusing to give up. He's going to tape up that elbow and continue to fight. That shows the heart of Nigel McGuinness.
Obviously in a lot of pain out on the floor, but willing to do whatever it takes to get back in this matchup because KENTA is in serious trouble.
Roaring elbow from Danielson. Morishima just held him in place. Lariat from the champion. Danielson goes for the cover. Oh, how did KENTA kick out?
What hard on the part of KENTA, getting the shoulder up. McGuinness again on the floor, getting that arm taped, looking to make his way back in. Danielson looking to get some help from his partner, telling him to get KENTA up and put him up on his shoulders maybe here. As Danielson goes to the outside.
McGuinness struggling to get back inside the ring now, but Morishima and Danielson double teaming KENTA. And there's McGuinness to make the save for his partner.
Oh, McGuinness refusing to stay down. Oh, look at the pain on his face with that elbow. That left arm almost useless. Sent to the ropes.
Jawbreaker! Top rope Falcon Arrow! But only 2!
Danielson able to get the shoulder up.
All 4 men are down!
What athleticism and heart are on display here in the main event. This is what pro wrestling is all about. This is what ROH is all about.
Pro wrestling as a sport, all 4 men giving it their all for the victory. Todd Sinclair surveying the wreckage inside that ring. All 4 of these men putting their bodies, their well-being on the line for the sake of the victory.
Danielson trying to use the ropes just to get to his feet. KENTA on a knee, now able to get to his feet. 2 men up. Forearms from KENTA, not a lot of steam on that. Both these men showing the wear and tear, refusing to go down. Trading right hands in the center. Roaring elbow.
Oh, he stayed on his feet.
Crossface chicken wing. He's got it locked in again. KENTA to the ropes.
All the way up top, could Danielson get that belly-to-back superplex this time? Both men all the way up top, and he hits
that suplex, the back of Kenta's neck folding up as it hits the canvas. Danielson with a cover. No!
Kenta kicks out. Got the arms. Going for cattle mutilation. There it is. Will Kenta give it up?
How much punishment can Kenta take? Submission hold after submission hold, and he refuses to give it up.
Danielson maintaining control of the arms of Kenta, getting him in position, and now driving with elbows to the side of the head, repeatedly going to work on Kenta.
Oh, we've seen him knock people out with those elbows before, but Kenta has it up on his shoulders. Go to sleep.
Blocked. A near fall with the Tiger suplex, still with the arms hooked, cattle mutilation once again.
McGuinness trying to make the save, but Morishima cut him off.
Can Kenta hang in there? Will he be forced to give it up? Cattle mutilation still cinched in. Morishima working over McGuinness. Kenta is forced to tap.
Bryan Danielson and the Ring of Honor World Champion, Takeshi Morishima.
Danielson backs up his claim of being the best wrestler in the world by winning the match for his team. We'd like to thank you for inviting us into your homes and giving us the chance to earn your respect. Be sure to join us again during September.
Oh, wait a second, Danielson just called for the belt. He's got that belt on his shoulder, the world title belt. He says it's his. Well, backdrop driver for Morishima just showed Bryan